Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep. We are here and ready to be fancy, but first we're going to go around the table. We're just going to introduce ourselves. My name is Lucas. I will be your GM. Oh, you got the new shirt! Nice! I will be your GM for the evening. My pronouns are he, him. Ian.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ian. I don't know why I suddenly came in with like a very different energy than I had like 10 minutes ago. I play Weary, the artificer tiefling, pronouns they, them. My own pronouns are he, they. I bought a Gengar at a bookstore. He's been keeping me company lately. I just think he's neat. And that's all I have for my intro.
Meg.
There to stop them.
Yeah, it's me.
The battle was
Being a butt.
Always one thing or another with this darn technology.
All right.
Apparently today. Oh.
Okay. Sorry about that. Things
Sorry.
are being weird. OBS booted itself back up in like 2 seconds though, so I don't know what its issue was. It was actually Chrome. So if you want to blame someone, blame Google. Go ahead and write them a strongly worded letter telling them that they ruined everything. And
I bet you're not far off.
and they will just go, well, fair. But there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, yeah, jumping back into that. Sorry, Meg, I think your intro got cut off.
It's fine. Hey, I'm Meg. I'm playing Alora, our godling druid, whose pronouns are they, them. Mine are she, they. This is Bradley. Not literally, but he's my emotional support squid. Their pronouns are they, them, I think. Right, Lucas?
He, they.
Okay. He is my child. I am ready to cause chaos.
Jess.
Hello there, I am Jess. My pronouns are she, her. I will be playing Glyph, the Automata Rogue, and their pronouns are they, them. And I have cute plushies, but they're all the way across the room, so you don't get to see them. Sorry. You gotta trust me, they're real cute.
Eve.
Hello, I am Eve, and I am playing TK37, the telekinetic goblin super soldier. Both the pronouns are she, her, and to celebrate Pride Month, TK does still have her ding dong.
Ding dong confirmed.
Jason, follow that up.
Hey, I'm Jason. I'm playing Kratok, the simply superb Plumerian bard, who is now Sir Kratok. So he went up a title. I'm not sure if we're talking about like, isn't that like a hostess treat or something, ding dongs?
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just.
Technically.
Yeah. They don't do demonetizing here, right? Like that's a YouTube thing, not a.
Yeah, it should be fine.
All right, yeah, it's definitely a hostess treat.
You can talk about stuff, you just can't be explicit, and talking about ding dongs is not being explicit.
Yeah, it's a dessert that everybody enjoys.
Exactly.
Show and tell without the show.
So, before we dive into all our usual silliness, we're going to dip a little bit into something a little more serious. So, our friends in the United States are all dealing with some pretty terrible stripping of human rights and a bunch of old people thinking that they should, fuck everything up before they leave. And, I'm just glad all those credit card numbers are out there. Good on them. But all this stuff going on is absolutely terrible. And I know you're going to see all these people going, we just need to go out there and vote. Well, that's a part of it, but also part of it is, going out there and protesting if you're able, that kind of stuff, and putting pressure on the system. Now, I myself am not in the States, and neither is Jason, but I do understand, a lot of people going out there, and the protests in the U.S. are quite dangerous. So, remember to exercise proper vigilance. Bring water with you. When you're washing your eyes out, make sure to use clean, cold water. Don't be using milk because that can cause bacteria, infections. You don't know if it's like all that sanitary. Just don't go that route. Use water. When you are going out there, wear a mask. It's still a pandemic, regardless of what the world said. It's still going on, but also it makes it hard to identify you. You have tattoos? Cover them up. Your shit's all on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. They're gonna find you. Cover up your tattoos, birthmarks, anything that makes it very obvious to find you. Don't bring your phone with you. They'll take it, use it against you. You're not getting it back. Phones are expensive. if you're going out there, things are getting violent, you know, it's all right to get the hell out of there. Don't be a hero. Nobody needs you to be. You sitting in a cell isn't going to help anyone. So, and tell your friends and family who you trust where you're going, because it gets dangerous out there. It's important that somebody knows where you're going to be. These kind of things, they can go sideways fast. So it's always important to have something. Also, write on your arms, your legs, wherever, or write the number for a lawyer with a permanent marker. Don't use a regular marker. Shit's gonna go off. It's summer. It's 100 degrees all across this planet. So it's just gonna go off with sweat. Write down lawyer's number, a couple places, you know, make it fancy, who knows. But cover up, and tear gas, it sticks to liquid. So, you know, mucus, sweat, all that kind of stuff. It's little crystalline stuff in the air. Hurts like shit. Cover up your whole body if you can. It's hot out. Make sure you bring water to hydrate. All right. So, all that good stuff. Make sure you be safe out there. These are terrible times that are going on, but, you know, there are also other ways. I think there's a few links I can post at the end of the stream for charities and stuff like that, as well as groups that you can reach out to for help with things. So we will post that in the chat. So I'll put that up near the end of the session. But be safe out there, and just, you know, make sure to take care of yourself. But other than that, very serious note, diving more into our ridiculous game of, you know, what Wizards of the Coast claims is Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, wait, no, we're playing Petticoats and Proposals right now, so perfect. We are sponsored by Roll20. So if you want to go out there, play some games online, want to play with your friends, want to just relax and get away from this godforsaken sun, head on over to Roll20, create a free account, play with other people. They have looking for group games on there. Make sure they have a session 0, because sometimes people suck. And, you know, jump in there and have some fun games with people. And also, our lovely sounds are coming to you from Sirenscape. If you want your place to sound like a fun adventure, head on over to Sirenscape. You'll be on a fun adventure all day. Just keep it on repeat. Eventually, the sound will just blend into the background so that when it's gone or your power dies or something, it'll feel really wrong to not have Sirenscape in your life. And that is perfect. That's what we want for Sirenscape. All right, so recap. Everyone woke up from being dead. Except for Weary, who walked around a bunch of dead people's afterlives. You had mosquito bites, everything wasn't great, you traveled on, you're exhausted, didn't have any powers to pull from, which is alarming, because the randos are a pretty tough group. So not having access to those fighting capabilities and spells and whatnot, it feels difficult. You were traveling along, Bradley's with you now, permanent character there. You had a really wholesome moment about fireflies. Bradley tried to spoil it, but you pushed him off to the side. You kept going along. You ran into a tour guide who tried to sell you on Not Another Plate, but Jack in the Box was very quick to try to crush that dream, and you went up into Plumeria proper. Classic Buck and Sue's coffee shop and bookstore had some insect-based pastries, and the others went to go visit Billy and drop off the spider horses. Afterwards, you all met up outside, and the warden showed up and collected you. All right, intro time. The camera zooms through the sky above Saria, Plumeria's capital. We see a city nestled in trees. Large, great arboreal masts lift high into the sky, surrounding the beautiful city and keeping it safe from severe weather. Wonderfully colored houses and shops create an almost shimmering rainbow effect from above, as we see a city bustling in its prime. Musicians play on each corner while voices ring out about shows being held that night. Lovers fly, swooping around one another in playful dances as troubled accountants sit at coffee shops looking at irresponsible spendings of their clients. We see city workers fixing a set of signs that have been knocked down, and an apologetic luminous in robes at one of the great Arcanium's universities apologizing again and again as they put out the last fire on one shrub nearby. Zipping past the crowds filled with life story, heartbreak, and love, we travel towards our tired randos who walk alongside the wardens who found them beforehand. Their eyes travel from spectacle to spectacle as their senses are overwhelmed by the great many things going on. A smile crosses Alora's face as they watch a Plumerian in a sequin outfit spin through the air, while Alora holds a firm grasp on top of Bradley's large head as they try to run off after a squirrel wearing a hat. Weary excitedly is crouched near a multicolored plant they've never seen before, trying to get a sample as a warden is politely trying to urge them forward to join the rest of the group. Glyph is clapping their hands as they watch a parade of Peacock Plumerian performers walk by to their next show in brightly decorated outfits. TK munches on a deep-fried tarantula while holding Bubbles' leash and laughing at an elf of Terra who tried to parkour over a fence dividing two buildings but instead ate dirt and is just laying there loudly complaining. And lastly, Kritok is traveling at the front, soaking back the familiar sounds and smells of his home as his heart feels at ease. He waves at a few people who notice him with wide eyes and adjusts his bag, knowing the very thing that will save his siblings sits in there. So all of you are walking through the city, all sorts of things are going on around you, and the wardens are helping lead you to the mansion of the Divine Voice. I hand it to you.
Well, I wouldn't say TK was necessarily laughing out loud because she still feels like shit. She's really bummed.
It's one of those things that catch you off guard, though.
Yeah, she did get like she did do a little smirk and chuckle though. It did get a little smile out of her.
No, Bradley, I don't care how fluffy he looks. You cannot pet him. You need consent.
But he loves me!
No!
And Bradley's arms are growing really long as they're trying to reach towards the squirrel. And he just like slap them on top of the head and their arms suck back into their body.
Every time. We can't ever go to a place and look normal. That's fun, though.
Perhaps we could get a harness for Bradley, like the one that Bubbles has.
This is my pet, the weird, stretchy child.
While I am not opposed to leashing this child, I'd rather not.
Oh, Bradley, you hear that? That's a lot of responsibility to not be leashed.
I wasn't listening.
Oh, I'm not shocked. Kritok, is
Yes.
all the food bug themed here? Just out of curiosity, is that a general? Is that all the food here?
No, it's just kind of the highest delicacy.
Oh.
You can find your regular other city food everywhere. You just gotta go to the right place, I suppose.
That's interesting.
It's
Oh.
not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, most people are surprised when the first time they try a bug or two. You know, they're actually pretty good.
You know what? I might as well bite the bullet now. I'm going to be here for a bit. And I go over to a street vendor. Lucas, what is the street vendor selling?
Oh boy.
All right, so you go over to this street vendor, and it is this this little round plumeria. You know, like those little round robins that sit on there, and they look so fat after winter. So it's just sitting there, and it's grilling these. It has like some of the tarantulas that TK was munching on. You're not sure how TK got one because you've all been walking together, and you know they have a assortment of
Found
others.
it.
They have like little bags of like crickets that have been fried up and all that. You know they have the if you want something sweet, you
Are
know, they
they
have
in like
chocolate
the
covered.
grilled peanut?
Yeah, 100%.
Cones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there like any like that are coated in cinnamon sugar or something?
Let's say yes. They definitely. It's these beetles, and you see like there's this little like new feathers plumerian child is there, and they take one, they bite it, and it's like a little bit of stuff like splatters out of it as they're chomping into it.
Okay. I will take one of your sweet cricket treats.
Oh, of course. Yes, these are the finest in the land. Everyone else will try to tell you that their cricket treats are far better than mine, but don't
I'm
listen
going
to them. And
I'm going to go ahead and say that nobody has told me that ever.
really,
Yeah, no one has ever said that their cricket treats are better than yours.
finally getting an edge on this market. All right, just a
glad you-
gold.
I'm glad you took that well, and I hand him a gold.
So you get handed this stuff, and then when you bite into it, it's the texture that like you were trying to prepare yourself for the most. You knew what you were getting into. It's crunchy. It's like hollow a little bit as you're chewing on it. But honestly, it tastes fine. Like it tastes good.
Oh, I could get used to this. I squint a little at Glyph and see how they're drinking the coffee, and if that's going well.
I was standing right behind you, watching you eat, and I do have the coffee, and I'm like, "Is it good?" The crickets.
The texture's a little bit of getting used to, but it is fulfilling my needs as a sweet treat.
Texture, yes.
You're a little close, Glyph. Is everything okay?
Oh, I am sorry. And I get a little closer before I step away. I am so sorry. There's just so much going on. Did you buy me a book? This is Jesse asking.
I think we did get you a book. I don't remember what book though.
Laura got you a fashion like encyclopedia
right.
kind of thing, like the fashion history of Plumeria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Like I got you that. I don't know if anyone else did though.
No, I think it was just Laura you grabbed a few books while you were there. I think there was like a general history and culture and stuff like that.
Yeah, I have the book under my arm because I still only have one arm right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And the rest is the other side's all cloak and scarves. And I do have the coffee, and I have just been holding it.
Please.
The cup's warm.
Please, can you all get back with the group? We're really trying to move everyone. This is the third time.
Oh, we're tend to get distracted.
Sorry.
My apologies. I bring some.
Sir, Kratok Prison Wing has been gone a while. If he would like to stop and enjoy some crickets, I think he should.
But Sir Kratok Prison Wing is almost half a block away.
Oh.
It's true. We're falling a little bit behind. We should probably.
Then we should catch up to him.
Yeah, we should probably shuffle forward.
So the three of you are walking ahead of those two as they are quickly catching up, and you see all sorts of people are just walking around. Like it's just a really bustling area. You know you have like this music that's playing, and it's just it feels it's different from the Arcanium, because the Arcanium was also a very busy place, but the Arcanium was like busy, slightly dangerous chaos, whereas this place just feels just really alive, just entertainment, showbiz, that kind of stuff. And all of you are you're walking along, the two of you catch up, and you all see something that is something you were warned about, but really it's hard to prepare for this kind of thing. You see an unfeathered. It is a Umarian with all their feathers gone. They have some tattoos on their bodies. They're just sort of walking along, and they got like that like little bit of a gobble hanging down. As they turn towards all of you, just these bloodshot eyes, just staring at all of you as your eyes are on them.
I'm smacking Bradley's hands away because he's like they're trying to touch him. No, what did I just say? Consent. You don't just touch people, Bradley. That's not okay.
PK does the sub nod as she passes.
They hold up their weird bony wing, and it's got like piercings along it too, like there's little like jangles hanging down from it and everything, and they just do a little wave. Yes, the unfeathered, there are a few of them in this area. I do apologize, Sir Kratok. I didn't realize we'd be walking past one so soon.
I don't think there's any need to apologize. They have as much right to be here as, well, myself even.
Starting a bit of a movement, unfortunately. It is a bit of a tense situation.
Well, I'm sure there'll be some discussion about that when we get there.
Of course, yes, of course. You're being led, and as you're going along, the area starts getting progressively more and more like large buildings. And honestly, a part of you wonders how this upper tree city can really maintain such large structures, especially when they're made out of things like stone. But everything seems to be very sturdy, just nice, like while you're walking along it. And the buildings themselves are getting nicer and nicer. Some of them are starting to have like their own like open gardens in the area. One of the things that's very different in Plumeria compared to other cities is there's a lot of areas for people to perch up high. So you have, like, while you're walking down the street, you'll have, like, benches for people to sit at, but you also have, like, perches that are sticking off, like posts that are, maybe 10 feet, 15 feet up in the air. And a lot of houses too, they'll have a front door, but they'll also have like a balcony for someone to come fly and land on and then go inside their house. So you're traveling along with everyone, and as you travel alongside these wardens, you see a very large building coming into view. This 5-story building reaches high into the sky and dominates the surrounding landscape. Beautiful tropical trees are neatly and perfectly arranged, leading up to a great set of double doors that are decorated in birds flying through the air carrying ribbons of gold and silver. This house has large turrets that reach up and appear to have landing spots for Plumerians to fly to if they do not wish to use the front or side doors. Large gardens can be seen along the sides, and a great fountain can fill your ears as the water it just fires high into the sky for a few moments and then recedes. A great many ceremonial guards wait outside the mansion as colorful lights are pointed directly at the building, shifting hues of the otherwise white walls to a myriad of colors. A great many steps lead up to the doors, and on each landing of the steps, there are proud Plumerian soldiers wearing colorful light armor and wielding spears. They stare ahead, never blinking, their beaks never twitching, as you're starting to walk past them.
Katak kind of looks at the rest of the party and says, from here on, I hope you're all on your best behavior. There's probably nothing to really worry about, but don't go too far sideways, if you know what I mean.
Like this? And Bradley starts trying to stretch themselves sideways.
No.
It's a little too literal, Bradley.
Oh, I wish I had not seen that.
You're going to hold my hand and you're not going to leave. Got it?
All right.
Do not leave my side, Bradley. I need you here with me.
So you make it up to the front doors, and they open up into this parlor area. As the wardens, they bow to each of you and take a step back. And stepping forward, you see this area. It is inside the mansion. It's as grand as the outside. The floor is a beautiful mosaic of what appears to be a Plumerian in a white gown and a golden mask singing to flocks upon flocks of other birdfolk. On the wall facing you is a grand oil painting of the current divine voice. The regal troll woman looks off to the side wearing a white bird mask and holds a hand out while singing. There are a great many plants in there, and more servants rush forward, relieving the guards who left you there. A rather plump Robin Plumerian rushes forward in nice liveries. She adjusts her bow and gives a slight bow. Greetings, honored guests. My name is Flutilla, and I shall be the one to transform you rightly so into honored guests fit for the divine voice. Come along with me. We mustn't dawdle.
Wait, what do you mean?
I can't have you presenting yourself looking like this.
We've been transformed a lot. I don't know what kind of transformation are we talking.
Clothing, makeup.
Oh, thank goodness.
TK looks down at herself, and like for the first time in like 4 days, she's actually bothered to really take a look. She is, her jumpsuit's just a tattered mess. She hasn't bathed in probably close to a week. She's covered in just road grime and body oil and BO. Tracking in dirt behind her.
They fluff up their feathers a little bit, like, whoa, okay, all right, we can fix this. Please come along to the side here. We have some rooms for you to step into. Let's see, yay tall.
I need it fixed.
What the clothing? Look at you. You're literally covered in blood.
TK is looking very uncomfortable.
I lean down. We are a bit road weary, but we'll be able to clean ourselves up. They should have facilities. They should have extensive facilities.
Of course we do. We don't just let any riffraff in here with their dirty, mucky shoes. Now come along. As you look in, Bradley's shoes are somehow covered in mud.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
It's coming from him.
He's
The
just
mud is coming from
excreting
inside
mud.
the house.
So
oh, goodness.
you're all led off into this side room, and like there's you see there's a number of these clothes that are hanging up on racks, and there are like little areas to sit with like mirrors and makeup and whatnot. There is different areas to kind of almost have like an area to hose people down if they have to, but they also do have nicer facilities if somebody is willing to take a shower. And so they have all the stuff here to kind of get yourself presentable. And the Plumerian looks at all of you. My name is Flutilla. I will be here for everything you need until you leave the house. It is my responsibility to take care of you all.
Flutilla, have you prepared the special bath?
The special bath? Oh, no, you don't have a rock troll with you, do you?
I mean the one for Plumerians.
Oh, of course, yes. Oh, I was worried. Please come this way, Sir Kratok.
Kratok kind of just follows along.
All right, Kratok, what is this special bath for Plumerians?
It's a big bird bath. It's like completely gilded and
Nice.
everything, and behind like a fancy curtain.
I knew it.
And it's all like it's completely tiled room because they like, you know, the ceiling as well, because they know that you're just gonna splash everywhere. It's little drains along the sides. So Kratok, you are getting yourself cleaned up. How about the rest of you?
That's a good question.
Go get a shower. She just kind of strips off in the middle of the room and drops her clothes and walks in.
One servant comes in and they pick the clothes up with like almost tongs. There's just like a bin that says disposal as they're setting these shredded the clothing in there.
We should get you a new jumpsuit when we're done here.
Yeah, probably.
I know we're not going to be wearing formal Plumerian attire for very long, so I figured we'd get us our normal clothing after.
So, we love a good fashion montage on Rise of Nyarlathotep. We've changed outfits so many times.
We do it all the
We
time.
have.
Because why not? We definitely should. This isn't an anime. We're not wearing the same outfit for
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
So, what does each of your outfits look like? What is your new Plumerian fancy attire that you get changed into? We'll start with Weary.
Weary is feeling a little nostalgic for when they could kind of wear the like wrap, kind of like golden scarf situation they used to have. So they try to find this. They still have the original piece of fabric. It's like all torn up and shredded, but like it's the only thing that's really left at this point. So they're keeping that. That's not getting disposed of. But they are getting a dress made, and it's kind of like pleated and patterned with a similar color scheme to like the golden fabric of the remains of the scarf. And there is like a lot of not so much complicated in terms of like inset gems, but just like weird whirling metal shapes in like a silvery pattern, in like a very plunged neckline for the dress. And Weary is sure to like get like a higher sort of like, what's the word, collar to kind of cover up the presumably scars now from the fact that I'm turning into an immortal head crab. So yeah, just to cover up the scars and be a little bit more presentable. And while normally I like to keep my hair in the current style that it's in, where it's like the sort of like the Major's hair from Ghost in the Shell, Weary's just gonna have it all tied back up in a ponytail. And they want to keep the goggles, but they're trying to be fancy, so they decide not to, and instead get a fine gold circlet around their forehead.
Nice.
It clips in the back so it can go around the horns, because I thought this through.
They definitely have clothes from like different cultures and like to help with like different people, because you know you're gonna have different bodies that you have to adjust for. But there are people like on hand, seamstress, like they're just like, you step out of the shower and they're just like quickly measuring you at just this mock speed, and then they're down there and you explain what you want and they just start adjusting things for you. Alora, how about you and Bradley? What do you two look like?
So here is Alora's as my background. Well, at least the legs. Damn. Okay.
Just legs
That didn't
for
work
days.
out.
Mhm.
I was hoping that would work. The armadillo. So as I was trying to show, is that it's basically just a black romper almost, and it has a train like wrapped around the waist.
Mhm.
And on that train, it is various like shades and hues of green. There's about 3 layers of like a petticoat underneath it to kind of poof it up like little tail feathers.
Mhm.
The detailing on the like bodice part of the jumpsuit is just very dark green leaves, like sequin patterns. So it's like they're sewed in, but it's like just embroidered almost with like a little like glittery, shiny little bits.
Mhm.
Bradley's is similar, but without the tail. So he got a jumpsuit. But it's
He's
more
in a
like later.
romper.
It's more like later hosen length, so it's like right at his kneecap. And this is my child, and
My beautiful baby boy.
my beautiful child. And so his is similar, but like I said, just a little bit longer. And I think for Bradley, his is gonna have various little like pinstripes of like purple and silver kind of just going all over it, so he has a little bit of like sparkle himself.
And Bradley looks at you, and they're really like furrowing their eyebrows, and you watch as their lips are going out into a beak like a duck bill.
We don't need to do that.
I want to fit in.
You, my dear, are going just embrace your individuality, sweetie.
So they they keep the duck bill then, and it has teeth. It does have like the Bradley's regular like sporadic teeth, and so
I'm assuming it's covered in skin also.
partially, like it's kind of like how like your nail. We're fun here. It's like a little bit of skin leading up to it, but then it's definitely like the bill going out. And Alora, roll me a wit as you're studying this situation. So that's 2d6. You are muted if you're...
Meh. I was. I said I forgot that it's been like 3 years, so Laura's hair has definitely grown out a bit. So the vines bit that's on this side have been like just very neatly braided, like two little braids going back and across, and they meet in the back with the other hair just to kind of hold it back with a little flower clip. I got a 2 and a 3.
Oh, that is a failure.
Yep.
So the nice thing is you can mark an experience for this, but you are so distracted with Bradley shifting and changing. They keep trying to change their body that you fail to notice as they grab a pair of the scissors and they kind of slip it into their pants. And we go from Alora and Bradley to Glyph. What is Glyph wearing? And does Glyph go have a shower?
Yes, I do. Never had a shower before. And I feel like I go in the stall and I take my mask off, so it's just like water running into my face. And also I forgot to drink my coffee. So I'm already full of hot water. So I just throw the coffee in there too.
Some servants are hearing because it just sounds like water hitting metal. Like, is everything okay in there?
Oh gosh, and my voice doesn't come. I don't have a mouth. My voice doesn't come from my mouth. It comes from my throat. So it's probably like everything is fine.
Oh God, they're drowning. I apologize. And
No, I can't drown.
They open the curtain. They just close the curtain. Okay. Let's go back to their station. Made out of metal. Well, I've seen weirder.
Great. I love that happened. To me. Just now. Wonderful. I don't like being wet, so I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, I am when the other the little flutilla and her birds are trying to help, I'm like, oh, I have everyone's measurements on hand here. And I'm like, oh, you'll need to take this in and do this and that, and they prefer this fabric.
All right, yes. Hand this to the seamstress. Perfect. So you are are you an automata? Are you
Yes.
You're their automata, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. What? And they turn towards Weary and Alora. What shall we get them for clothing?
Layers? Lots of layers.
Lots of layers.
Maybe some sparkly ones?
Sparkly
Yeah.
layers.
Yeah.
Why are you asking them? Just ask Glyph.
Why would they know?
Because they're the ones who wear it.
Glyph
They're
knows
sentient.
everything.
Yeah, it's a little weird for that
I'm
you
sorry,
directly
they're
to
what?
us.
They're sentient. They're self-aware.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It's a long story.
It's a very long story. If everyone
But I-
could give me but a moment, I can speak up. I thank you both very much for putting in your opinions. But no, I do not wish to wear layers.
Oh.
This is
Get used to this.
unprecedented. This is
I'm aware.
it's like the time we had Bizarro here. Okay.
No, I actually am like, what do you mean?
They are banned from this country. They
Oh,
will never
really?
be here again.
Shocking to no one.
I'm glad to hear that. This will all be explained. Maybe not to you, but in time. So yeah, yeah, I'm gonna wear a very, very nice it's kind of white, kind of off-white. It's very almost sheer, but not. It's a long sleeve shirt with like complicated sleeves and complicated closings in the front, almost like ruffles. And I only have one arm. Shoot, on my one arm, you can kind of see the it's my only pretty arm I have left, so you can see all of the glyphs and the markings and the copper. And then the outfit has a very flowy black, well, it's not black, it's like dark purple cape that's kind of like dark to brighter purple ombre, that ties in like a complicated, not like a cravat, but like a just shapes of purple fabric kind of in the front. Not exactly scarves, but close. And I'm gonna wear a bunch of bangles that don't match on my arms and a couple necklaces. And of course, a very big hat, very big black hat with a purple band. And I'm still wearing the pink gloves that y'all gave me, the like nice pink gloves. And just nice pants, but you can't really see them because of the flowy cape. And it's different. Like you can kind of see the glyph, the look, but it is very different. And I am still a little covered, but I'm not as covered as I am.
Are you still like what you're wearing the mask that Weary
Yes,
made for
I
you?
am.
Yeah. My mind just kept going to damn flashes. So you're all decked out. These people are just whizzing around you as they're, you gave them measurements and they just keep retaking them as like this person, this Mary just keeps yelling at them like, I need the leg measurements. Like, they're right in front of you. Give me the leg measurement. And they just go over and they measure it again for like the third time. And they get it all set up. You're all ready to go. And we go to TK. So TK, how are you looking?
She is looking very uncomfortable. Just looking through the rack, and she just clearly does not know what the fuck she's doing or what she's looking for, and her mushroomy, crystal-y arm is starting to shake a little bit. And yeah, she just stands there.
Do you need some help there?
No, I'm fine.
Is there something you're looking for? Maybe a special kind of like fabric or pattern design?
No, I'll know it when I see it.
Okay, by all means, please keep looking.
I was adjusting my hat, and I heard that, because of course I did. And I'll saunter over. They do have a wide variety of selections. It is difficult to choose.
Yeah, definitely.
TK, if you would permit me, I could help you find something to wear to meet the divine voice.
Well, I don't want to put you out.
Oh no, it would be no trouble.
It's a glow from Glyph's eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful. And it's the same like energy when I found out we would get to come to Plumeria. And I just know I'm ready. I've been ready. And I pull a couple things, and I'm just like talking, and I'm like, well, you are on the shorter side, so we would like to emphasize your legs to give you more height, if you would like. And I give you a couple options. Not really like, not the jumpsuit style, but kind of a high-low, like nice dress, like a rosy rose gold pink. Very elegant, and very like sculptured. Not like a square, not like big sleeves, but like very pretty at the top. And you can kind of tell Glyph has been like waiting for this day for all of you. And yes, it's very nice, it's very pretty, it's very it's formal.
I think it would look very good on TK, but she is not wearing it well at all.
You keep trying to adjust it, to, so you can fight.
She's slumping over, just looking dead in her eye, like clearly just uncomfortable with this whole situation. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I think Bubbles could probably pull this up better than me.
Bubbles comes trotting out with a little vest and a very nice collar.
Bubbles has much more torso than you do. He would not be able to wear the dress correctly. Also, he's quadrupedal.
They're like 8 feet away,
like
and they're
you just told DK that Bubbles has bigger tits. So now she's feeling self-conscious about that.
And at this moment, Kratok, how do you look stepping out of the special Plumerian bath?
So I want to preface this by saying that Kratok has lost a decent bit of weight because he's way more active than he usually is at his usual station for the last couple of years, all this adventuring around.
Got rid of that pot belly.
So they had made for him, since he's newly knighted, a set of knight's armor. It's sort of like a dark gray steel. It's like your full typical plate everywhere. It's got like the gauntlets, the boots, everything. It has a helmet, but he set it down in the bird bath area. He's not going to plan to wear it. I don't know if someone will make him. and it also has a cape, and the cape is just like basically stained glass, colorful, translucent sort of thing. Like it looks like you're looking through an actual window.
And Flutilla comes back into the room after dealing with some servants who were whispering among themselves. All right, you all look amazing. You came in here like you were ruffians, like you were here to storm the gates and steal our jewels, and now look at you, you're all presentable.
Are you crying?
Yes?
Okay.
I cry it when I see a good damn outfit, and I'm seeing 6 of them.
I'm happy for you.
Oh, okay. I feel like I'm not going to be fired presenting you to the Divine Voice. Also a giant weight off my shoulders. Oh, very well. Sir Kurtalk, if you could please lead your guests and follow me.
Of course. Let's go, everyone.
All right.
Everyone, I would like you all to please roll your grace to see how well you keep your composure.
Are these the mechanics of the game we're playing?
Why, they certainly are.
It's just 2d6s, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, Weary, well known for grace, as in 0 grace. Oof.
All right.
Talk got a 9.
9. Okay.
Laura got a 9. Do you want me to roll for
Yeah,
Bradley?
just have Bradley have the same as you.
Bummer?
Because essentially
Bummer.
Bradley's following your lead, so.
Penalties all the way down.
It's just a bad time.
So what'd you get for Bradley?
Also a 9 then?
Okay. Weary?
I got a 4.
Ooh. TK.
TK got a 7.
Glyph?
I also got a 7.
So you all are walking just stiff. Like you're so awkward. You're trying to walk and like you got like new shoes too for all this. And so you're walking and you're trying to like deal with these new shoes you're given and walking along there. Kurtalk, you've never worn such heavy armor in your life as you're trying to stand up, but the weight of it is kind of pushing you forward a little bit. You're slumping just a little. You don't mean to. And as you come up to these doors, these beautiful doors, all decorated and has all these like the Plumerians dancing. They open up the doors and Weary just steps forward, steps on their long flowing gown and just falls forward.
That's what I got.
And
Okay.
You hear a lot of
Beefed it.
Okay, with the mechanics of this game, is there any way to like help if someone
you can
Beeps a
roll.
roll.
So there is virtue to protect an ally. So to protect an ally, sometimes luck can desert a person in their greatest need. But what
God,
else
if
are
that
friends
does-
are for? When allied players fail a roll, you can roll plus virtue.
Okay, this is great. Everyone looks great. I'm realizing, I am definitely a sentient automata about to walk in here and be introduced. And I see Weary step on that train because they're not walking correctly. And I want to try to kind of either catch them or catch their arm, something, so that it's less obvious that they've just beefed it.
Sure.
Less obvious. Ooh, that is my virtue's high. That's a 10.
All right, on a 10 plus, you swap their original roll for what you rolled and choose from the list below. The person you help takes a +2 going forward. You both heal 1 goodwill, or you both gain an experience point.
Let's give a plus thing going forward, and I have a thing because I am willful and obstinate at the moment. If I roll higher than a 7 on a virtue, I get my own +1 to hold on to.
So
So-
obstinate.
Woo.
So when Weary goes to trip and steps just on the hem, you move forward in such a quick fashion as your one arm slips into Weary's arm, and it looks so just natural as the two of you then take a graceful step forward. You're walking along, and then Weary, now you kind of see, oh, okay, so this is how I'm gonna walk with this.
Yeah. Okay.
And so
all right.
You're holding yourself up, walking into this room, and the doors open as you see a very large open room. Alongside of each side, there's a number of Plumerians watching you. They're all sitting at different tables or perches, some peering through little glasses, waiting to see what you all do. There must be at least 100 Plumerian nobles gathered here who murmur to one another as you feel so many eyes upon you. At the end of the room, there are a number of attendants standing near a very large throne. The throne itself is red and gold, and there are spots in what looks like you can comfortably sit like how Kratok does when he's sitting on a bed or on the ground. But instead, sitting on this throne is no Plumerian, but instead a troll woman. This muscular woman leans back with a fist resting under her chin. She wears a long gown of white and black feathers, and her arms are exposed and covered in tattoos of various description. Some are instruments, others are intricate flowers growing up trees. One tattoo stands out as a skull crushing a fist that just says resist across it in red letters. Another, along her bicep, is a large, sharp tooth mouth opening up and music notes floating out from it, each having a little bit of a hollow glimmer to them. She wears a white mask with feathers adorning the sides and diamonds encrusting along the outer edges, and her dark brown eyes pierce each of you as she makes a number of mental notes before sitting up properly. My guests, welcome, Sir Kratok and your party. Please tell me, how was your trip back into Plumeria?
Well, it was pretty good, actually. There was a nice little travel. Nothing too crazy happened. That's been different from our luck lately, I'll tell you that.
Of course.
And everyone's been pretty welcoming in the city, which is surprising. I thought you might be a bit angry.
Oh, whatever do you mean? Why would we be upset with you?
Well, I mean, if you're okay with my hiatus, then I suppose, it's all good.
When the demigod Vortania stepped onto our streets and proclaimed word of your travels and your fight against this cult of true chaos, which we, of course, all detest, and all the Plumerian nobles are nodding like, oh, yes, of course, yeah, we all detest them. We were thrilled to hear about your journeys through there and taking down leaders among them. But when we heard word that you brought back such a gift, a cure for the infliction that the birdsong causes some, why, how could we not rejoice? Such a Plumerian entering back into our beautiful city.
About that, I know it's not quite my place, but how did you know that I acquired that?
The demigod Vitania. They proclaimed it to everyone. You came with you, or bringing with you, you had a cure.
Huh.
Though we're not sure what it is, we just know that you have it on your person.
Well, that is true. Would you like to see it, or should I just go to the head artificer?
Their eyes sort of light up a little bit as a smile crosses their lips. Oh, we would love to see it. Matter of fact, talk. You have traveled such a ways to help your siblings, correct?
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. That's one of my big motivators lately.
She waves a hand off to the side, and you see there are some attendants that are helping forward. You see your family there, and they're all finely dressed as well. You see your grandmother, Abrielle. You see your father, Bromley. You see your mother, Kaylin, and your brother and sister, Killian and Kila. They walk forward. Your brother and sister, though, are muttering and looking around, and they keep looking at their claws, as their talons, as they're like sort of pulling at themselves, pulling at their clothes, and just looking around confused. We would love to see such a device, such a cure that you bring with you.
There's one problem.
What is that?
If I remove this from someone, they'll revert back to their birdsong ways. It's kind of a temporary fix. I think it would be rather cruel to mend someone and then have to rip this off. I think we need to produce a bunch of them first.
Kratok, go ahead and roll me a charm.
That is a 9.
All right, so win someone over as you're trying to get them to see your side of things. So this move is used when you're trying to manipulate people around you and get them onto your side, rolling plus charm. On a 7 to 9, they'll do as you ask, but you owe them a favor in return. If it's another player, if they accept, they gain an experience. If they refuse, nothing happens. So the divine voice is staring at you for a moment. Of course, you are so right, Kratok. Would it be all right if the head artificer could look at it now?
Of course. Yeah, that was actually what I had planned. I thought it would be wise to reproduce and propagate these as quick as possible.
Perfect. She waves another hand, and you watch a person clumsily wearing a lot of clothes to disguise themselves. They are roughly 3.5 feet tall. You hear this clicking of nails as they're rushing across. They are wearing a very fine robes with gold trim on them, pulled heavy over their long draconic snout.
All right, yeah, I mean, oh, greetings, Sokotok. Never met before.
Kratok takes one look at this person for about 5 seconds and then turns to the divine voice. Not to be rude, but when did this happen?
Well, Sir Kratok, you've been gone for some time now. There have been changes, of course. Things happen. People move, change jobs. The previous artificer, who was at the top there, they decided for an early retirement. And we had this wonderful guest from the Grand Kingdom of Dragons join us.
Did you have the proper background checks?
Oh, yes.
And you found nothing wrong?
I'm sorry, are you questioning my judgment of character?
No, you can choose whoever you want to be the head artificer. I'm sure they're good at what they do.
One of the best, some would say.
I can't argue that.
And I raise and I immediately lower my hand. Yes.
So these little grabby kobold hands come out, and Kratok, you produce the circlet that was given to you by Hagatha. They gently lift it up, and you hear, whoa, look at this thing.
Kratok quietly says to this creature, if you pull anything of that, I'll make sure that you don't even get a chance to commit any more war crimes.
I do not know what you mean, Zuckertalk.
As they do a little bit of a flourish and a bow. and they take this and they scurry off. The little sounds, the clicking of their nails as they're running across this floor. And other nobles are just, you see them kind of talking amongst each other as they're looking. Well, enough of that business. I'm sure you're all very weary from walking along those roads and dealing with the creatures. I hope you did not have to deal with the undead hordes while walking landside.
Not on this particular trip.
Well, Sir Kratok, it gives me great honor. I personally wished to not only congratulate you on your adventures and journeys, but of course grant you baronship here in Syria. Your family will be given an estate they can stay on. Of course, you are going to be the one who will be the head of the family, manage such things, but we are under no false pretense that you are going to stop your travels anytime soon. We know what you're doing is very important. But of course, do keep that in mind as you enjoy your stay here in Plumeria. We have a home that has been newly opened, and we are working on getting it ready for you all. But in the meantime, we will have you stay with Lord Crestfeather. I assume this is to your liking?
Certainly, I would say that's a great honor, even. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Roll me a insight and know where you stand.
It's a 6.
Okay. Mark and experience. You have the name Crestfeather. It's like you've heard it in passing, but you have no idea who they're talking about. But everyone else in the room is like, oh, what a great honor. Oh, wow. Staying with Crestfeather. And it's like going to a party and someone's like, hey, how's it going? And you're like, fuck, and who are you?
Kratok kind of says sideways to the rest of the party, I don't actually know who this Lord Crestfeather is, but I think it's a pretty high honor, so it should be pretty nice.
That's good. That's very good. I'm really sorry, Kratok. I'm worried if I talk too much in any of these spaces, I'm immediately going to ruin things for us.
But Kratok puts an arm around Weary and says, you're doing great.
Thanks. Like, this is the quietest I've been in a long time.
So a number of attendants come forward, and you see they have some chests and bags. It looks like it belongs to your family. You recognize some of the suitcases. It looks like it's your family's belongings. We will help move your family as well into the Crestfeather estate. I believe we were told that there will be a few others that will be staying there with you. But we do have a ship ready to take you there to expedite your journey. We wouldn't want you walking all the way there after all.
Many thanks. I am actually shocked. This is the warmest welcome I've received, and well, anywhere. Coming back home after all this time, we didn't expect it.
Goodness, Sir Kratok, you have been such a help to our society even before your second adventure. You managed to help out greatly among the city. I mean, you brought in a number of our green spaces. You really helped out with Embassy Street. We were about at wit's end with those Arcanium people. It has been a great help, the changes you've brought in here. Do not put the work down that you've done. It's been a great deed for Syria as a whole.
Kratok wipes away like a singular tear and just bows.
So, stepping out is this Plumerian. They're holding themselves high. It's the blue jay. Their feathers are preened back, and they're wearing these very nice robes. They have a number of like jewels encrusted along them and like necklaces as they look at all of you.
I would be delighted to have you there at my estate. Please, if you would all follow me. And thank you, O Divine Voice, for your generosity in these times.
And everyone is staring. What do you all do?
Okay. First of all, one of my roommates is hammering something, so that's Glyph's not heart is beating. It's one of
Bonk,
their
bonk, 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 bonk.
auxiliary pumps is beating very hard and incorrectly, and that's distracting. But I've seen introductions before. I've seen heads of state before. What is the actual vibe? Like, are people actually happy we're here? Is this like a snot? Is what's going on basically? I want to know where we stand. So I'm rolling insight.
Yeah, you can roll insight.
Yeah.
You got to roll a vibe check.
Yeah, I'm rolling a vibe check.
Getting those
Really?
vibes.
Nice. I got a 10.
So on a 10 plus, you can ask 2 of the following.
Okay.
Who has the most secure position? Who has the weakest position? Who has the most to gain? Who has the most to lose? Or whose company will benefit me the most?
Ooh. Does this apply to us?
Yeah, like you as you can think of it like you as a whole, or you as a
Yeah.
group. or
Yeah,
you
us
an
as
individual.
the randos.
Yeah.
Who? The last one. The who can we? Who
Whose
will be
company
most
will you
helpful?
benefit the most? It
Yes.
would definitely appear Lord Crestfeather, as you'll be
Okay.
in their care. And
Okay.
So you're definitely going to be a little bit beholden to them looking after
Okay.
you.
But he's not some schmuck. Okay.
Presents themselves very well.
Okay. And what were the other questions? I'll have to. pull up this
Who has the
document.
most to gain? Who has the most to lose? Who has the weakest position or the most secure?
Well, the divine voice has the most secure position.
Definitely.
Huh. What'll benefit us? Who of I was gonna say like who of us is the weakest? Who's the weakest link? Who do I need to watch out for?
Among your own party or
Yeah.
among... Okay, so looking at your party, there are a few. You do see that Bradley is, like trying to mess around, but Alora is very firm on keeping
Mhm.
Bradley in line. So it seems like Alora has it down a little bit. Kratok is definitely very accustomed
His
to
element,
Plumeria.
yeah.
TK is... TK, how are you standing with the group? Are you kind of like shying towards someone, or...
Kind of. She's like, it's very weird. It's like the opposite of how she normally is, where she normally takes the forward spot. She's towards, like, she seems to be just trying to slip into everybody else's shadows. Her eyes have not been up this entire time. They've been firmly fixed on the floor, and you can see her mushroom hand is just shaking very, very fast.
So
And she seems like it's very hard for her to not crack right now.
So you've definitely seen a few times where Weary was going to say something, but held themselves back. But looking at TK, it definitely looks like TK is just riding that anxiety.
I note that.
And Bubbles keeps like just going around, like making like circles around TK, trying to, like nudge and cheer TK up. But TK is just in a state. So you see this, and you're getting the idea, at the very least, that Lord Crestfeather is presenting themselves well, as they're standing there, and they give a bow, and everyone else is staring at all of you, as the divine voice looks at all of you. What do you all do?
Did we get her name, or is she just the divine voice?
You just got the divine voice.
Okay. Your Grace, we thank you so much for your hospitality.
Of course, yes. I look forward to seeing what you all bring to Plumeria. Parsons.
That's not at all menacing. No,
Not menacing.
not at all.
That's the shirt Alora's wearing.
For
as
the
well.
listeners at home, we have new merch celebrating arson.
Everybody's favorite.
Kratok, you glance over and there is a bead of sweat going, even though Plumerians don't sweat. For Plutilla, you're supposed to bow. Please bow. As they're like standing there, like rigid.
Katak gives another bow, sort of like looks over sideways at everyone, like.
Yes. I do a little bow.
I imagine somebody smacks TK because she's not looking up and she's
It's
barely
me.
registering this conversation.
I'm very gently.
Bowing.
I'm very, very gently.
She briefly glances up and sees everybody else. This is just making her feel worse. She
Oh, no.
drops a little bit. It's
I do
a
like
sloppy
a
bow.
curtsy.
Bradley tries to bow, but Bradley's very top heavy, and so it's like Laura, you catch Bradley's like shoulders.
Yeah.
As you're back.
Oh.
Why don't you try it like this, sweetie? We're gonna do a curtsy instead.
Oh. Liv's bow is perfect.
Yeah. So all of you are led away with Lord Crestfeather. As you're taken out of the mansion, you go through a number of different hallways, and it feels very good being away from literally 100 set of prying eyes. Everyone was just staring at you. You are moving away back outside into the city. The fresh air hits all of you as you can take a breath and breathe once more.
The second TK is out the door, she just goes, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like this.
I miss when I could throw explosives at people.
Lord Crestfeather's looking at all of you. Yes. Well, it is difficult being in front of the divine voice. I understand. It's a very difficult situation, but I do hope you will lean on me for your times of need, trying to understand this a little bit chaotic world we have here in Plumeria. And of course, Sir Kurtok.
Yeah. I have a bit of an idea. Lord Crestfeather, do you happen to have any of the more cultural clothing stores near your home?
We do, as well as we do have a few people on hand who can help fix up or maybe adjust some clothing to help suit your needs. But of course, if you wish to go out shopping, maybe visit a tailor, there is a number that we can take you to. We do have some that are absolutely excellent. We have a great running relationship with them.
Okay, that's good to hear. Kurtok kind of looks back at TK and Weary and says, we'll figure this out. I don't want you guys to be this uncomfortable the whole time.
It's fine. It's just weird to see Bizarrio be called like
I'm
up
sorry?
top. Sorry,
Who?
whatever fake name
What?
we're given.
What?
I do.
Where was Bizarrio?
Bizarrio is banned from this country, I assure you.
Right, sorry.
He's banned.
Af-
He cannot be here. That is illegal.
After the
I'm
very
so sorry.
terrible situation with the clock tower, we are no longer allowing that kobold within
I'm
anywhere.
so
of
sorry.
this-
I
this
had a
country.
near-death experience and I developed some
I
face
do- I
blindness.
apologize.
Hey, it's on me. What was that chief artificer's name again? So I remember it for the future.
Oh, they just go by Gearsmith. I don't.
Gearsmith.
Yes.
Interesting. Oh well.
Seems a bit on the nose, but you know kobolds. They do love to tinker.
Yes. It's just always so interesting the people you meet.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. No, it was difficult because not to toot my own horn, but I'm very good at artificing. When I'm not recovering from my near-death experience, nobody asked me to make anything right now. And it was just, it's hard for me to be humble sometimes.
What-
You understand?
Would you like a physician called?
Oh, no, it's more of like an existential sort of near-death experience. So I'll just have to figure it out on my own by
Perhaps
talking to people.
a bit of therapy.
No, that would require opening up about my feelings, and I've done quite enough of that during my existential near-death experience.
Oh, of course. Well,
It's
whatever
complicated.
works best. I do know it. I one time took a summer in Sekathet. Very beautiful place. The sun, how it would set across the sands.
Oh.
Truly a dream.
Oh, I'm from Sekathet.
Mm.
That's where I'm from.
I can very much tell from the candor.
Oh, is that why you you mentioned that you vacationed there?
Yes. It took me right back to those beautiful memories. The summer romance there, it was quite a time.
Okay.
And
Good
this
talk.
this boat comes forward as it starts sinking down from the air. It just like settles down. It looks like a very large, like a long ship, as these oars are pulled in. And it has this dragon head at the front, and there is no one on it. Well, let us be on our way.
Oh, flying or in a river?
It flew.
Oh, that's
So like a
nice.
balloon?
No,
Or is it just a flying boat?
it's just a flying boat.
That's pretty
Oh.
neat.
That's neat.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on, Bradley.
How cool is that?
Wow!
No, don't touch that. Don't just step on the boat. Don't touch anything.
They grow their legs long as they step onto the boat. And step
Oh,
over.
delightful.
Oh,
Oh my!
He's
Okay.
going through growth spurts right now. I'm so sorry.
Right. Okay. I
Mhm.
do wish to inform all of you there are some guests that'll be arriving tomorrow. They will be staying with us. A number of other Plumerian guests, a few family friends, and whatnot. We're going to be having a ball soon, near the end of the season, and we'd be absolutely delighted if you can join us for that.
we would be delighted to stay and join you for the ball.
Wonderful.
His hand starts shaking again.
As you all step onto there, the ship begins lifting into the air, and it begins sailing over the area. You're sailing over a number of different estates, but finally you see Duke Crestfeather's estate, and it is remarkable. Flying overhead, you see a large gated area with many natural wonders. See a beautiful pond that is manicured and has a small rowboat off to the side. There are some fox swans that are playing in the pond, swimming in the water. They play around before hopping out, shaking their fur. You see a large and wonderful garden filled with all sorts of plants and flowers. It looks like a small jungle, and in it you see a dwarf of the crystal halls planting some new plants, her crystals catching in the light. Along the right hand, you see the estate. There are these great eucalyptus trees. Their rainbow bark has a beautiful shimmer as their branches reach high into the sky, with a great many places to perch. And along the left-hand side of the estate is an outdoor theater. An oval shape has a great many seats carved into it, as well as perches up high for players to rest and watch the show. You finally gaze towards the great house of the Crestfeathers that has stood the test of time for centuries. This great house looms over the estate, and the old architecture tells the story of the world the birdfolk came from. Great columns hold up sections of the home and let the breeze and sunlight in. The house itself surrounds an open courtyard that is filled with a very large fountain and flowers and shrubbery alongside it. A great statue of a Plumerian wearing armor and grasping a spear stands in the center of said fountain. The second and third story are carved from beautiful marble with vines growing alongside the outside, creating wonderful patterns as their flowers are freshly in bloom. The roofs are slanted with clay shingles that hang slightly over the rectangle windows that look out into the estate. A great many balconies adorn the side of the mansion as you see some Plumerians are resting and watching as you come in. And the boat itself settles down into the courtyard, and Lord Crestfeather steps off of it.
Lord Crestfeather, I regret not having visited sooner. You have a very impressive estate.
Oh, why, thank you. It's been in the family for centuries.
As for the airship, is this one yours as well?
Oh, this belongs to the Divine Voice. Believe me, I do want one. It was recently commissioned. Such a grand work of magic and technology. I'm afraid it escapes me, though. I do not know how it works.
Well, it's fair. I feel like that's something Weary could figure out.
I'm sure if you get permission from the Divine Voice, you'll be able to take a look at it.
Anyways, maybe we'll go to our quarters, wherever you have set up for us.
Yes, please. You are led inward as the doors open up into this beautiful open area. A lot of natural sunlight is flowing in. You see there are couches for people to just sort of fall upon. There are a lot of like seating area, beautiful paintings, these oil paintings everywhere. You do see one of Lord Crestfeather and his family. You see that the Lord Crestfeather is standing there proudly with a wing around their partner. And their partner is a tiefling. You see her horns are curved. They come forward like a ram's horns. They have 2 children that are standing in front of them in this oil painting. You see they're standing there beaming, smiling, and you see and they're also like 2 tiefling children. Looking around the area, there are a number of plants and everything like raising up. It seems like very much they like having a natural flow to this area. Weary, you do know that with tieflings, whoever they are having children with, unless it's with an Asmar, the children will always be tieflings. It's sort of like a genetic thing that happens. So a lot of people do, if they have a family with them, it'll always just be more tieflings.
Mm-hmm.
So you're led into this area, and there are great staircases that are leading up to the additional floors in the place. Your things are taken, your bags of weapons, armor, items, supplies. Some of them, the servants are looking at them like wide-eyed, the drill spears like sticking out. All sorts of wonderful things you have, and you're all brought to your chambers. You each have individual rooms set up for you. There's a bed, there's like a little sitting area you have in there. You have a mirror as well. There is a little like washroom off to the side for each of you. So all of your rooms are adorned with
Is there like a common area for the rooms?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is there like a common area, like just like with seats or whatever outside of the rooms?
Drawing room.
Yeah, there is like drawing room, parlors, that kind of stuff, but it's all more on the main floor rather than like the upper floors seem more for, like personal rooms and maybe offices and whatnot for some people who are working with the estate.
Okay. Gertok looks at everyone and says, well, I guess let's all get settled and maybe we'll meet downstairs.
You're all getting into each of your rooms, and they're each adorned with like a little personal taste towards you. TK, your room is a little more on the dim side. Like the windows have been closed for you. It has like a nice bit of like a dark feeling. It's nice and cool in here as you step inside, and they have like a number of more like plants that you would be accustomed to going into the deep. They have them set up at different areas, and you smell this smell, and it's bringing back feelings, memories that maybe not so much your own, but it definitely does bring a bit of relief as you are at least away from all the Plumerian-ness everywhere. Glyph, as you step inside your room, it is perfect. Everything is set perfectly, everything like somebody came in with a ruler and made sure like the chair was just the right way went across. Everything is set up, and like you have a lot of different areas but they did not know you were an automata, so there are definitely like a basin of water, there's fruit there for you, all sorts of stuff, wine, all that is set up for you. Alora, when you go into this area, it has a very large bed, and it does have a smaller bed if you want to try to get Bradley to sleep on that. You do see there is some stuff that is there to help keep a child distracted. A number of things that Bradley immediately runs towards, pays no heed, and it's just like, picking up toys and stuff like that, playing with them as you are looking. And the room itself, it is filled with flowers and plants as they try to make this just as green as possible to help you feel comfortable. Gertok, you step into your room and you see there are things from your old home that have actually been brought here. You have like a few boxes that haven't been unpacked yet of your personal belongings. You have a lot of your clothes have been moved towards you. See, they're hanging up in a closet. Just like a lot of your own personal effects and old loot that maybe you left behind, like that kind of thing. You're seeing all these things here. And Weary, when you enter into your room, there is It's definitely a lot warmer. They have the windows all open. The sun is beaming in, and there are those flowers again. Those flowers that you recognize, and a little note beside them.
Oh, I check the note, worried.
It says, "Sorry I'm running late. I should be there hopefully tomorrow. T."
Oh, Weary gets a little purple, which is when you're bluish gray skin. That's blushing for you folks at home. This is the nicest I've ever worn. Why do I feel underdressed? Oh geez. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm fine. It's fine. It's just trust. It's fine. They just fixed my horn and then disappeared on me, and then I went to weird desert hell, and I died, and now I'm a monster. Oh goodness. Trust is going to find out I'm a monster. Trust is going to kill me.
And while you spiral in your room, you try to relax. You end up lying there, and before you know it, you're under the covers, and you're just kind of like looking out at these flowers, rereading the note. Like, is there something they tried to put in there? Something?
Yeah. Is there like a silver to like track monsters? Oh no.
But all of you take a moment to kind of relax and like, maybe have some wine, have some water, have some food. Glyph, maybe you poked at the fruit, kind of curious.
Oh no. I take my new book, which I've never had. I don't read it, but I put it very like artistically on the table, and I just enjoy it for a moment. And then I want to check the room for magical bugs and traps, and any way assassins could get in.
All right, definitely study the situation.
Why are we all like this?
Because you've gone through so many life and death situations.
It's because we have a certain dungeon master whose name rhymes
has
with mucus.
anxiety.
Rhymes with mucus.
That was a bit of a stretch. I'll be honest.
Do I add anything to that?
Mhm.
Or
You roll plus wit.
plus wit? Oh, cool. Okay. Nice. That's an 8.
All right, on a 7 to 9, ask 1. What is happening here? What can be used for my benefit? What's the history of this place? What is being hidden from me? And how could this situation turn out?
What is being hidden from me in this very nice, too nice room?
You're looking around the room, and you don't find any spying equipment or anything like that you're really expecting. But you're going through, you open up the closet, and there it is. There it goddamn is. Those are Kyle's shoes.
Pick them up like they're radioactive.
Only Kyle would wear these horrible shoes. And what do they look like, these terrible, terrible shoes?
They are, like leather that was like some kind of lizard thing, which is already like not cool. But they were then dyed more green. It's like they were already green. They didn't need to be more green, and now it's like too green, and they're just really tacky, and not in like a fun way.
It's like
in like a, I have
green.
too much money way.
Are they Crocs?
Yeah, they're
They're
Crocs.
Crocs.
The leather Crocs. Oh god.
I
Apex of
love it.
Crocs.
Leather
I was thinking of like
Crocs.
the Yeezy foam runners. Those look god awful.
And of course, Kyle wrote his name inside them.
It's on
Like,
the heel.
yeah.
It's on the heel like he's
Kyle's stuff.
ew. I take them, I'm gonna open the window and throw them out the balcony.
You just hurl them out the window.
That'll sound.
And you hear like a little splash as they must have landed in the fountain, and you close the window and turn around.
Great.
I also want to do this, but I'm going to use Bradley.
Okay. So roll plus wit.
Yeah. Bradley, sweetie, I have a game for you. Do you want to play?
Yep.
We're going to play Super Spy.
Oh,
And I need you, with a 9, to tell me what you find in all the hidey places you would hide things from me. Go!
Bradley is diving everywhere. They find a small piece of food that was missed by the servants cleaning, eats it. They're looking around. They're going through the sheets. They're like,
Precious.
messing everything up. They're like lifting the pillows over their head and they throw them. And you have an impromptu pillow fight for a short amount of time. And then Bradley is like looking through all the closets, all the drawers, and does eventually find a little brooch. Hey,
Oh,
what does this brooch look like?
a sword through a rose.
Oh.
So on the back of the sword, I have something similar. Kind of like that, but like this is the sword back behind it, and the pin would be on the sword bit. So it's there, but it is silver, but the rose is purple instead of like the standard red.
So you find that in the room. Finders keepers.
Nope, give it here.
And they hand it over.
Thank you. Go back and go play with the blocks. See if you can remake the building with those blocks.
They start playing with the blocks, and they're transforming their hands into horrible visages that you just look away from as they're trying to, mold the blocks together with their hands to make a fun castle.
Hey God, the fuck is this?
You're looking at it. It's a brooch. You're not sure. I mean, it looks fancy. Definitely like somebody's missing this.
I do have the other book, and we had said that it was the book of like just like the history of stuff, like of Plumeria. Can I use that to kind of see if there's something that matches that symbol?
Yeah, we'll say you're looking through that right now as you're kind of like sitting on your bed and you're going through the pages trying to compare like family crests with this. What's going on in TK's room?
Well, at this entire time that like we were out there speaking with the divine voice and everything, TK has been just avoiding looking at any reflection. She didn't even look in the mirror in the changing room. Nothing. She's just been eyes down, avoiding looking at everything. Now that she's alone, though, she's finally like she's stripped off the clothes, and she's just standing in the middle of the room, staring at that reflection, just thinking about like how gross all of her scars are, and the weird way their skin is just so pasty that you can see every vein pumping blood through her, and her shoulders are too broad, her fucking mushroom arms slightly too long compared to our other one, and those crystals, they remind her of him, and she does not want to think about him, and her eyes are going up. She sees that ear, how just roughly carved out it was, and that weird patch of skin that covers where her eye used to be, and that green eye. And she sees that, she's looking at it, she's like, that's not supposed to be green. She gets closer, and she recognizes that eye because she saw that eye on that other bitch in her afterlife. And she knows that eye, and she can just see Tiffany staring at her as she's looking in this mirror. And she starts just rubbing at it way too hard, just trying to make it go away, and she looks at it again, pries it open. Fuck. You're fucking dead, and you're going to fucking stay dead. You are going to get the fuck out of my head. And she starts straining. It's almost like she's trying to telekinetically rip the eye out of the mirror. And just nothing is happening until like a blood vessel in the eye bursts, and it just goes bright red. How do you like that? Huh? Fuck you. Fuck you. She just walks over and sits down and just stares at the mirror from the other side of the room.
So while you're contemplating these two existences, we go over to Kratok. Kratok, what's happening in your room as you are looking at all your old stuff?
Kratok's actually rummaging through the old stuff, and he's looking to see if he can find his old infrastructure ID card.
Yeah, we'll say you find it. Yeah.
Okay.
You have like a box of work stuff, like you find, like, you know, one of your mugs, like that kind of stuff, and all sorts of like things, and you do find your card there.
Yeah, he's just really going through all this old stuff and kind of reminiscing about the old days before he left.
There's a knock on your door, Kratok.
Who's there?
It's me. Can I come in right now? You hear your mother's voice, Kaylin.
Kratok runs to the door and like whips it open.
Your mother quickly gives you a hug as she steps into the room and steps back from you, and you see there are tears that are forming in her eyes as she's looking up and down at this knightly armor you're wearing, this prism cape that you have on still. You have like the card in your hand as you were just looking at it. I always said, Kratok, I always said you were destined for such amazing things. Look at you. I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry it's been so long.
We've been worried sick. Where did you go to this time?
I think the better question is, where haven't I gone to? I've been all over. I've been traveling and looking for something to help out with Keela and Killian.
Well, you did it. You found it. You actually found it. How did you even locate this? Was it in old ruins, or what did you do?
I don't want to alarm you, Mother, but I can't lie to you. I made a deal with a hag.
What did you trade?
I actually don't remember what Kratok traded.
You traded your birdsong.
I gave them what bit of the birdsong I have.
There's a pained look in your mother's eyes. Kratok, you've given so much for this family. You've put your life on the line so many times, and now you've given up your song?
I'll figure it out. You know, it's better than seeing what they have to face every day.
Your mother just starts crying, and she goes in to hug you again.
Kratok hugs her back.
So we leave the two of you there at this moment, and there is you hear eventually, you know, it's a bit of time passes. You all kind of get yourselves adjusted. TK, you're back in some clothes again, and everyone is just kind of like about ready, and you all hear a horn sound off from the courtyard.
Oh, come on, Bradley. We need to go.
So you do each have balconies that look out into the courtyard, or you could go downstairs and go out to the courtyard itself. It's up to you, really.
I'm a little worried lately, so I'm gonna just poke out through the balcony and see what I see.
Bradley took off before I could tell him about the balcony. So we're out here.
I like that you like Doppler affected his voice.
Like we're already out there. He ran down the stairs and I had to chase. So we're out in the courtyard.
Kratok asks his mother, "Is that the dinner bell around here?"
Well, no, that's Dudley Flufffeather. Let's go to the balcony.
Okay, he walks over.
TK, she doesn't really have any clothes here at the moment, so she just kind of put the dress back on, but like there's a weird way of pinning it and stuff, but she didn't know. She missed that bit, and it's not going on right. It's just kind of like draping it in weird ways. It looks terrible, and she's just frowning and growling to herself. She just fucking hates how fucking stupid she is, and she just stomps out onto the balcony and just kind of glaring over the edge right now.
How about you, Glyph?
I'm also gonna. What? So that was just someone arriving, like, and someone's being announced, or
They're making a proclamation. They've
Okay.
landed at the on the fountain.
Oh, okay. No, you can't you have to go when someone arrives. So I go downstairs.
So you're staying there with Alora and Bradley, and the three of you go onto the balcony. You see some other Plumerians are stepping onto the balcony. Lord Crestfeather comes out with his wife as they see this Plumerian. You see they are they have like gray feathers, and they're all a little bit fluffed out, and they're wearing this very tight fitting like vest that looks like it's about to burst, as they must have like hastily put it on there. They had a little horn that's like on a side strap they put off to the side, and they hold up this piece of parchment. I, Dudley Flufffeather, have once more listened to the contraption from the great merchant SD3V3. I bring word of musical wonder from another land. I have translated it thusly. Someone once proclaimed that the realm was going to roll over my person. I was not the most well-maintained weapon within the facility. The person was looking rather unintelligent. They had a finger, and two fingers perhaps, and it was the shape of, not sure, something on their forehead.
Right angle.
A right angle. This is the message I bring to you from the great other worlds. I shall return on the morrow with a new song. And they do a little bow, and everyone's clapping like, oh, wow, that's interesting. Oh, that's an interesting one today.
I don't
TK
think I like.
just looks very confused.
Yeah, I don't think I like Plumerian poetry.
At least we didn't get Rickrolled.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Oh, is this going to be at the end of every session? You just like
Yeah.
badly translate some lyrics to a song.
Deadly
as a
Flufffeather is going to come by
proclamation?
with a proclamation.
Come by every day.
This is a city of song. Everybody's interested in what another planet's music is like. And all the Plumerians are nodding like, oh, yes. Well, that's interesting. And we end as we watch a carriage is pulling up. This iron carriage is rolling along. The wheels are bouncing as these two spider horses are pulling it. And glancing out of the carriage, we see none other than Kyle.
Yo! Ooh!
And that's where we will end today's episode.
Ooh.
I love that because of the device that we're using for this arc, where we're like depowered and have to work in high society, you can present us with villains that on their own would be feasibly no threat to us, but because they have like clout and are able to navigate these situations, they are suddenly like top tier threats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
no.
Kyle has
Rosario,
become just a BBG.
like a literal horrible war criminal that was a merchant in season 1. Oh, well, they're like technically a final boss here if we really decide to go in that direction.
The person who literally just gets killed by everyone is now here, and they can reveal all your secrets.
Oh, I was expecting to see Paloma.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh no, I don't like that. I take it back.
I have a whole list of NPCs to bring in, and I am thrilled. Next session, we will be introducing all of your other Plumerian guests. So each of the randos will also be playing an additional noble, and how that will be working is essentially it's really up to them. When there's certain scenes, they can choose to have like that noble enter the scene instead of like their character, just to kind of switch things up. And each of their characters have a very different goal as they're entering into the scene. So we'll start to see more as we delve into this realm of high society. But did you all have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. We're seeing a lot of character development going on, which is what I wanted.
How dare
So
you.
I'm excited. But yes, I have been your GM for the evening. You can find me. I run the Ballad of the Seven Dice Twitter. We currently have our podcast campaign is in its last act. There are only 7 episodes, I think, in that act, and we just released the first one today. So just 6 more to go, and that campaign will be all wrapped up. So definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. Jason's in it as well, playing Draxier Cardithian, who you may recognize as the person who created Glyph.
It's my dad.
I looked them in the eyes and said I was smarter than them.
So definitely
Probably dead wrong.
definitely check that out. It's a very high level artificer. So yeah, check that out. It's a lot of fun. I've been having such a blast editing it, and we've been having a pretty good time finally like bringing this campaign wrapping up. I finished recording it, I believe, April of last year. So it's nice finally being able to get all these episodes out, which is great. But yes, it's been a lot of fun. Check out we have a Patreon if you want to head on over there. All the money goes towards helping the show, and it helps us like pay for hosting, all that kind of stuff, get new designs for merch. We also have that new merch, like what Meg's wearing. So head on over there if you want yourself an arson t-shirt. Just be like the Randos. Join the Randos Arson Company, established in 2021. But yeah, so I am going to hand things over to Ian.
Oh boy. Hi, everybody. I have been your Weary this evening. I'm having I do a small thing where I make little playlists for each season of Weary. And I was indulgent the other day. Well, this is like last month, and also made a villain, like a what if villain playlist for Weary. And you might say, Weary is kind of already a villain, to which I will say, there's a lot of overlapping songs in my playlists. Whoops. My recommendation is going to be, oh God, what content have I consumed? Critical Bits is going to be over soon. They just released their second to last episode, and I'm catching up. I'm on episode 82. It's been a wild ride. It's part of the reason that I found the casting call for this show, and I'm also wearing a Spider Day shirt. So check out Critical Bits, and if you're in the mood for a completely different podcast that's not narrative at all, and you want to learn about X-Men from the gay people like myself and like others, I would recommend Cerebro, which is a very fun X-Men themed podcast where they talk to industry people and writers and all these people about their favorite X-Men characters, and it's one character at a time. So if you ever wanted a deep dive on the opposite baby that Professor X defeated in the womb, that clung to a wall of the sewers and formed into a tiny little colonialist lady who wears the little hunter outfit and does a lot of genocide, you can find out about that lady. Wild character. Cassandra Nova is buck wild. I recommend giving Cerebro a listen if you want to learn about what that's all about.
That's awesome.
It's the most Grant Morrison thing, and there are a lot of very Grant Morrison things in X-Men.
Meg.
Hey, I'm Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia'sPants, where right now I am enjoying my freedom. Last day of school with the children was Friday, and Monday was my official last day where they held us hostage until noon, but none of us listened. Like 7 of us left before that. Drink your water, stay hydrated, follow Lucas's advice. On that note, on a happier note, I guess, go follow Eris Savad. I can't get any closer because then the screen will kick in. But erissavad.com, she has just launched a new line. Somebody stop me. I have a problem. I have 90% of her jewelry. Somebody else needs to buy it, please. It's a race at this point as to see who gets it first, me or someone else. But yeah, go shop all of her stuff. She's got amazing accessibility options. If you have dice trays that work as a little party hat, you can also get them with snaps or with little wooden clips that you just slide in and slide out. So if you've got dexterity issues, those are super awesome. She also just upped her accessibility options on some of her other pouches that I have around here somewhere. But she's got D4 bags, she has pencil cases, she's got magnetic little tubies that hold a full set of dice and will hold all kinds of dice and all kinds of products. So all of her stuff is great. I'm wearing her earrings right now. Camera, cooperate, please. Thank you. They're cute little stars. But yeah, she just launched a new line for the end of Pride Month, and y'all, I'm eyeing that newest bag she's got out. So get it before I do, please. I can't afford it. Somebody go get it. Beyond that, like I said, stay safe. Follow Lucas's advice. Don't, as easy as it is to donate to Planned Parenthood, you don't need to. There are plenty of lawyers who are working pro bono. There are plenty of other independent clinics that could definitely use your funding. So they are all over Twitter. If you follow me there, I am retweeting stuff left and right, and ways to help, because downside of being an educator in this hellhole state that I am in, I have to be really careful as to where I am out and about. So this is my way of hoping. You don't always have to be on the front lines. Do what I'm doing. Social media work works just as well. Call your reps, let them have it. TK, go get them.
Move to
Channel your inner TK.
Jess.
Yeah, I'm Jess. I'm art_fantastical on social media. Again, always have 100 pieces of art in the pipeline, but I can't finish things because I start new things because we keep getting new outfits. So, so I just have to keep adding them to the list of things to draw, but it's great. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to talk about Critical Bits because they're almost done. Almost done with their run. But I will talk about their new show, Oddity Roadshow, which will be Monster of the Week. It's the same cast, except Shelby's taking a step back, and there's a new member named Allison. They're awesome. Allison's super cool. It's good. I just knowing Joel and knowing the squad, it's going to be wild. And they're going to be hunting monsters and getting into spooky, ooky, probably really gross shenanigans. Also knowing Joel, it's a reason Joel and Lucas are friends. And yeah, they're having an Indiegogo right now. They did hit their goal to fund the show, but it's running for like the rest of July. So if you want some cool merch, Critical Bits merch, a shout out on the show. There's lots of stuff, cool perks over on their Indiegogo. You still have time to get in on that, to be here for this brand new project they're doing, and it's gonna be great.
Awesome. Eve. Right when you're eating.
Meg was taking so long, I was expecting the same thing. Hi, I'm Eve. You can find me over at Lawless Bick on the Twitter. That is Lawless as in anarchy and crime, and Vic as in victory, which is cool. I'm going to recommend, because I just learned that Ian hasn't seen or listened to it, Neo Scum. It's very good and a lot of fun, and I like it a lot. I'm also going to recommend that, hey, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea if the Supreme Court was to, I don't know, suddenly reach their term limits. Winky eyes. Because, boy howdy, they got a infinite term limit. There's one way that it ends.
There's no such thing as infinite when you are part of the mortal plane, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep, just saying. You know, words and stuff, legally speaking. Yeah.
Legally speaking.
Yeah.
Because, yesterday they also gutted separation of church and state in schools pretty heavily. Before dropping Roe v. Wade, they also had some pretty massive damage on our Miranda rights. So, they're definitely gearing up for some pretty heavy Christo-fascist shit. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe get yourself certain devices that do certain things to fascists. Just consider some things just in case. I don't know. I'm very tired.
Fucking weird Shadowrun world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting stupid very
Shadowrun was
fast.
supposed to be a game to just look into.
It just
Well,
keeps
Eve, I'm
getting
hearing learn
stupider.
guitar. So
Right.
Learn
Yeah,
guitar
there you
and
go.
make those
Learn
songs
guitar.
to change
Learn
the world.
guitar
Yeah.
and
Just
advocate
rickroll them in a minor
for
key.
a
Yeah.
change
Gotta play through the
term
fire and
limits.
flames.
Because
Yeah.
I cannot stress this enough. Everybody that says just votes can eat my ass because the Supreme Court is a
Unelected.
goddamn unelected position. You cannot affect it at fucking all.
What you mean?
And
you mean
also,
the wizards
we
that
already
decide our
fucking
laws?
voted. We already did it. We already fucking voted. We did it. This is
Yeah.
what we voted for. You said, hey, we won't let this stuff happen if you vote for us. Then we did. Then you let it happen. And now you're telling us to vote again. As if we didn't already fucking do that. So I'm getting very tired and very frustrated. And it's also very hot in this room. Jason, please take over.
Bring us back to another.
Hi, I'm going to shout out coffee and electrolytes this week because I was really tired at the end of work today and that got me through the stream. So yeah, if you're feeling tired, drink some coffee and electrolytes. Thanks for coming out, everyone.
Wait, I have to get a link.
Oh shit, sorry. I'm going to talk more about these things.
All
Actually,
right, perfect. I got one.
Okay.
We did it.
The state.
Got it.
Fucking Eve.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and do a raid. Let's see here. There's Nat 20. Let's go over there and raid those people. Woo! Because I remember this time. Check it out. It is not as hot in this room. So Nat
Brag about
20. Yeah, fool, hey.
bragging about your AC.
It's 19
Oh,
degrees
get a load
here.
of this one, yeah.
I want to open the window so bad. All right. Thank you all for joining us. It's been an absolutely lovely evening. We will be back on Tuesday for more Rise of Nyarlathotep goodness, so make sure to join us then. Until then, bye now.
Boy.
All right. We have rated. What's green? Oh, okay. I thought it was their like overlay background. I'm like, come on, my eyes aren't that bad. Fuck. I'm losing more colors. Come on. I got so many fucking issues with colors. That's the weirdest fucking thing to lie about. It sucks ass being colorblind. Red. What? Scarlet's red. Listen, I can see strong colors well, but the moment someone's like, check out this like slightly bluish green, I'm fucked. My brain doesn't even know what to say. It's like, that's a color. You're good. And I'm like, it's orange and then yellow on the outside. Green. Yeah. It's green, but to me, on the outside of that green, it's brown. Like on the blue and light blue. That's what I'm seeing it as. That's what I do with a lot of greens. I see browns, and then with pinks now, I'm starting to see gray. So I'm just starting to assume like certain kinds of gray are actually pink, or they might be like a beige or something, and I only see it as white. I'm losing more and more as I get older.